Every halal investing video on YouTube teaches you the same thing. Here's the screener, here's the filter, here's how to know if a stock is compliant. And that's necessary, but it's half the job if you want to be consistently profitable. Because knowing a stock is halal doesn't tell you whether it's worth trading. It doesn't tell you whether to sit down and put it into your game plan list and trade it. Most traders that lose money, not because they bought something haram, it's because they bought something with no catalyst, with no news, no volume, or real reason for the stock to move that day, that week, or that month. Halal traders and investors, they screen for compliance and they skip actual trade setups entirely. They skip out on what makes halal trading profitable. Sharia compliance is your entry requirement. It's one of your filters, but it is not your edge. Your edge is knowing how to find the halal stocks that are actually in play. That combination, compliance plus trading stocks that are in play, is what separates a halal watch list from a halal trade with edge. Today, I'm going to show you both sides of that equation: the scanner setup and news framework for finding in-play stocks, and the screener that tells you which of those stocks you are actually permitted to trade. By the end of this, you will have a complete system, not just a filter, a system. Let's build it. The scanner is the most important start for me. Before you read a single headline, the scanner is already telling you which stocks the market has decided matter. Because when something significant happens, earnings, news, a sector catalyst, the price reacts immediately. Volume spikes, the stocks move, and the scanner catches it before you even know why. I use Trade Ideas for this. It's one of the best. I have a dedicated video that covers the best real-time scanners, and I'm going to talk about the halal screener that I currently use. Now, here are the 5 parameters that I use to find stocks that are in play, that are moving like this, and this every single day. We have at least 1 to 2 solid setups. On the greatest days, we have 5 to 7 stocks that are all running like those that you see on screen. So here are the 5 parameters I use. I'm looking for stocks that are up about 4% or more. I'm looking for a float above 20 million shares. This filters out the micro float stocks, the low float stocks that typically per data, they run up and they short about 87% of the time intraday. So since I'm long only, I'm trying to catch the stocks that have real business behind them, that have real interest, and that have a more promising trajectory for long trades. So those stocks can move 100, 500, 1,000% because there's not a lot of shares in circulation. But the downside is that these stocks are very volatile and typically short intraday. So 20 million float and above gives you enough liquidity to trade in and out cleanly. And these stocks are typically stocks that will have more of solid business interests. Now, I'm looking for stocks that are priced above $1. Sub-dollar stocks are a lot more volatile and rarely are worth my time with going long. Now, I'm looking for relative volume of 3 or more. If a stock is trading at 3 times its average volume, that is institutional money moving it. These numbers can move to be 5, 6, 20, 25, 50 times the average volume. And that means that something real is happening and the market is paying attention. I'm looking for stocks that are up at least 4% on the day, combined with elevated relative volume. So the stocks that are up 4% combined with elevated relative volume tells you that this is not random noise, right? Price and volume are confirming each other. I want to also see that a minimum of 500,000 shares is traded for the day. This means that there's actual trading happening, and it will filter out a lot of the dead stocks that don't have liquidity. If you go below this, you risk getting into a position that you cannot exit cleanly. The tape won't be clean, and a lot of times the spreads are larger on the with less volume. Now, when a stock clears all 5 filters, it is in play. It has earned the right to be on my watch list. Now, this is where you go to find out why the stock is moving. So the second approach is to start with the news and work forward to price action and the setup. There are different categories worth tracking. You want to look at things such as earnings. A beat can gap a stock up 10, 15, 20% overnight, or in the morning. A miss can do the same to the downside. Trade Ideas has an earnings scanner. And there are multiple sites like Earnings Whisperer and others you can filter on and find the earnings that are going to be reported during the earnings season for a particular week or for a particular day. And when a significant company comes to market, like the SpaceX IPO, as an example, the whole sector can move to the upside or to the downside. The benefit is understanding what that IPO is going to do to the sentiment across related stocks that provide parts or part of its supply chain. Now, geopolitical developments, also wars, sanctions, tariffs, trade wars, those all can move entire sectors and will cause money, institutional money, to rotate out of one sector into another, or will determine if institutional money rotates out of one sector into another, or if they're risk on or risk off. So energy moves on Middle East developments, right? Defense moves on conflict escalation. If you're not tracking geopolitics, you're blind to some of the largest catalysts in the market. Macro announcements like interest rates, CPI, inflation data, jobs reports, these move the entire market, and knowing where the entire market is headed can cut the momentum on a stock if it's going against the overall market. Now, for real-time news flow, you can use free sources like Walter Bloomberg on X. When a headline is moving a stock and the stock is up and you're using TradingView for charting, there's a news bubble, and TradingView has decent news. Now, when a headline drops that moves a stock, Walter Bloomberg is posting it before the news platforms typically have processed it. That speed advantage is meaningful when you're trying to understand why a stock on your scanner is spiking. Now, for institutional grade speed, Trade the News is paid. It has a squawk. But if you're just trading smaller size and you need to get fast news, you can look at TradingView or some of the cheaper options. Now, once a stock clears your scanner and you have identified the catalyst, I'm going to open the daily chart and the 4-hour, and I want to look at the higher time frame. They tell you the story of the stock over the past weeks or a few days. Our job is to identify the direction and trade in alignment with it. Or if we're taking capitulation, we want to look at the price and volume together, right? So the three things that I look at on the daily is first the overall structure. If it's in a trend, higher highs and higher lows, or momentum style trend. If it's lower highs and lower lows, it's in a downtrend. And if there's some reason I believe that there should be some sort of capitulation, then I'll be looking for a reversion trade. Now, if it's very choppy with no direction, or if it's in a range, I may be looking for an opportunity for a breakout trade if volume is increasing or if there's some sort of catalyst. Now, the second thing is key support and resistance levels. Where price has reversed before, these levels act as magnets and interest for higher time frame traders and traders like myself. They end up becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy. So I mark them up on the daily and watch how price behaves relative to them. Now, I have another video explaining levels and how I use the 9 EMA in VWAP. Now, a price move without volume is noise. A price move with volume is signal. Two things. First, relative volume. Is the elevated volume sustained as the day progresses, or is it fading? Is relative volume dropping from 3 points to 1 point to 2 point to 1 point by the mid-morning? It will tell you if it's losing steam. Also, the volume compared to the previous 14 days is part of the relative volume. So volume is expanding. If 5 times the average volume is being traded on this particular day compared to the last 2 weeks, then there's interest. If volume is expanding on the move up and contracting on a pullback, that means that buyers are in control and the trend has conviction. So volume, RVOL is one, and then volume expanding when I'm looking at my setup is very important. Now, when scanner parameters are met, catalyst is identified, higher time frame is aligned, and volume confirms, that stock goes just from the watch list to the game plan. Now, let's get to the compliance. If you want to see a more detailed video on how to find stocks in play, where I go into the technicals, click the link in the right-hand top corner. Now, the compliance screen. This is what differentiates the Muslim trading process from others. We have to look for stocks that are halal and compliant. So finding a stock with a catalyst, clean trend, and elevated volume means nothing if it fails the Sharia screening. So compliance and setup have to work together. And right now, most Muslim traders are only running one of them. Sharia compliant investing is a 2-filter audit. The business is filter 1. The balance sheet is filter 2. So both the business and the balance sheet must pass according to the AAOIFI standard, where scholars have evaluated what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said and the Quran, and have created a framework for investing and halal and how to find stocks and companies that are halal. Passing one is typically not enough. What does the company actually do? If its primary business is categorically impermissible, meaning most scholars will say conventional banking, on interest, alcohol, tobacco, pork, gambling, certain weapons manufacturing, the stock will fail there. There's a binary gate. It's pass or fail. No further analysis needed. If a company is selling beer like Budweiser, it's haram. So that's out. Now, the complication is incidental exposure, right? A conglomerate with a clean core business that might generate a small percentage of revenue from a prohibited activity. The AAOIFI standard allows for a purification threshold. If permissible revenue does not exceed 5% of total revenue, the stock may proceed to filter 2, but you are obligated to purify that percentage of your returnings by donating the equivalent to charity. That is not a loophole. It is a provision with a corresponding obligation. Now, there are 3 ratios almost pass. So ratio 1 is the non-permissible income ratio. Revenue from a non-permissible activities must be less than 5% of total revenue. If it exceeds 5%, the stock fails here. Now, ratio 2, the interest-bearing assets ratio. A company holding large amounts of riba generating assets fail this screen even if its operations are entirely permissible. Ratio 3, the interest-bearing debt ratio. If a company is primarily financed through interest-bearing debt, it fails regardless of how clean the business is. So income plus assets plus debt, all 3 pass halal. Anyone fails is not Sharia compliant. Here's the critical point. These ratios change every quarter, and a stock that passed all 3 in January may fail in April. Compliance is not a permanent certification. It is a quarterly audit. And that is the gap that separates a basic halal screener from a serious compliance tool. A tool that you can use is Musaffah. There's a desktop compliance workflow, fully web-based. It lives in the browser. It has some limitations as a scanner. The link is in the description. If you want to use it, it gives you 10% off. Here's the screener. There's a price change filter to set to 5%, the volume filter to set to 1 million, price above $1. Those are almost identical to my trade ideas parameters. So before I even search a specific ticker, Musaffah is already filtering down to stocks that are moving with volume and showing me compliance status alongside the price data. Halal or not halal in the same view, right? No switching between tools. When I search a ticker, the compliance status drops down instantly. And that is the speed you need working through 15 different stocks before the 9:30 open. Now, let me show you why the 2-filter system matters with 2 stocks from the same sector. If you look at Intel, information technology, clean business, passes filter 1 completely. But look at the financial screen. Fails on the interest-bearing debt ratio. The gauge sits at around 31%. The AAOIFI threshold is 30%, 1% over the line, not halal. You would never know that from the business alone. Now, take a look at NVIDIA, same sector, passes the business activity and passes all 3 on financial ratios. Halal A-, comfortably compliant, well inside all of those 3 thresholds. Same industry, one halal, one not. The letter grade matters too. An A means comfortable, margin on all 3. A C means halal, but close to the line. One bad earnings report away from failing. The grade tells you the risk before it happens. And for any halal stock with incidental non-permissible income, Musaffah automatically calculates your exact purification amount and lets you donate directly to charity through the platform. The obligation is handled inside the same tool. Now, Look at the price here. It's pretty cheap. Foundation plan is $7.50 a month, less than the cost of one bad trade. The link is in the description, 10% off the complete system. I go ahead and grab like the $15 a month version. It's more robust. Now write this down. Step 1, run your scanner. Trade ideas is mine. Float above 20 million, price above $1, relative volume 3 or more, up at least 4%. Minimum 500,000 shares traded. Step 2, identify the catalyst. Why is the stock moving today? Trade ideas for the calendar. Walter Bloomberg for real-time flow, or Trade Ideas even has a good news box. Trade the news for institutional speed if you want to pay that $250 a month. Step 3, confirm the higher time frame. Daily trend support. Look for your setup. Step 4, run the compliance screen. Open Musaffa, search your scanner list. Not halal comes off immediately. Halal with a strong letter grade stays on. Borderline grade, judgment call is on you based on the position size and how long you'll hold. Step 5 would be confirm the volume. If your setup is there, read the tape, read the level 2, and then you can prepare to enter that trade. When all the steps align, you have a halal stock that is in play. Compliance plus catalyst plus confirmation, that is the complete system. The Prophet ﷺ said, the halal is clear and the haram is clear, and between them are doubtful matters that many people do not know about. The doubtful matters in active trading are real. The financial ratios change quarterly. The tools exist to help you see clearly. The framework exists to help you act deliberately, and using a serious screening tool and a serious trading framework is not a technicality. It is the practical expression of you taking your obligations seriously. The link for Musaffa is in the description, and Trade Ideas 10% off when you sign up through it. Jazakallahu khair. If you want to see my video on how to make your first 100K trading, watch this video.